I have a story for you. It is about a boyfriend, a wasband, and the feelings wheel. How I used the feelings wheel to get the medical help I needed to overcome a sinus infection that I was battling for 3 weeks. Are you ready for this story? Let's begin. Feelings are more than just emotions. They really are. They are the key to unlocking your happiness, your healing, and connections to other people. I want to tell you a story. We're going to start with this concept of wasband first. I didn't come up with wasband. It actually was a term that I heard when I was listening to a podcast by Nicole Walters. Nicole Walters is a business consultant and a coach, and she has a podcast. She wrote a book. She has events, on and on and on. And she was talking about when she was married and her ex-husband, or he was in her life, her husband. And I was like, oh, I'm going to use that, right? I was married for 18 years, and this was a long time ago now. We married young. We had kind of a volatile connection. I am a Generation X person. We didn't necessarily know how to emote properly, to say how we felt. We had some volatile arguments sometimes. It could come out very hurtful, and that's what we did. After I got divorced, I met a really great guy who had emotional intelligence. Thank goodness. His intelligence helped me heal, but I'll circle back to that. I was sick with a sinus infection last spring in 2024 for about 3 weeks. And I did all the over-the-counter medicines. I even did the medicine that I don't think is necessarily good for you, the one that you spray up into your nose that goes into your brain. I did that because I was trying to get myself healed. I did my herbs. I did my ginger. I did lots of lemon and honey, and I could not get rid of this sinus infection. I made an appointment at a local pharmacy chain that has one of those clinics inside of the chain. I don't know if the app was wrong or I was wrong, the directions were wrong, but sometimes when you are not feeling well, you're cloudy. I was cloudy. I don't know if it was me or them, but I was driving and driving to the location that I thought it said where this clinic was inside of this pharmacy. I get there, I sit down, and they were like, can we help you? I said, yeah, I have an appointment at such and such time. I was early. And they were like, oh no, this is not the right clinic. It's the same road, but it is like 3 miles away. What? I'll frantically drive over to this clinic, and these two nurses were chatting. I'm making that sound because they were rude to me. I am not feeling well at all. And I said, hi, I think I'm late for my appointment. Can I see somebody because I've been battling this infection, this head cold, and I'm not getting better. They were like, you're late for your appointment. You'll have to register again, whatever it was. And I was like, you can't see me? They were not meeting with anybody. The two of them were over talking and no one else was there. I was frustrated. I go to the kiosk. I'm trying to type in all the things to set myself up for another appointment, and there were none available. I said, can you help me? And they said, help. The next thing I did was just go out to my car and cry. I cried. Because when there are things that you need, but they're out of your reach or control, your feelings just take over. I was there. I could not get myself together. I cried. I took out my insurance card, called the number on the card, and one of the representatives said, how can I help you? How are you today? I said, well, I'm not feeling well. I'm feeling depleted, defeated, discouraged, drained, distraught, demeaned, disregarded, and disrespected. You know what she said? Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. How can I help you? Let me get the help you need. I said, well, I just went into this clinic and they would not see me. I've been battling this head cold, sinus infection, something, and I need to see a doctor. She said, I got it. Don't worry, we'll take care of you. We'll get this situated for you. She found an urgent care, not quite in my same city. It was a little further away. It was about maybe 15, 20 minutes away. She said, is it okay if you drive that far? I said, at this point, yes, it's okay, because I'm not feeling well and I'm tired of feeling this way and I need somebody to take care of me. She called them to make sure that they were open, make sure they had an appointment, make sure they really took our insurance, and gave me the phone number and directions. There was a link on the website. I set up my appointment. I called them. I said, I'm en route. Boom. I get there. They test me to make sure I don't have the flu or COVID. I had neither one. It was truly a sinus infection. I got the medication that I needed. In a few days, I was feeling better. You know why? Because I was able to tap into my emotions. For the first time, I had used them, even though it was just 2024, the first time I'd used them to get outside help from somebody that was not a part of my family, my friends, or my influence to take action immediately on my behalf. When we don't do the healing work that we need to do, which is work, right? We go back to our old patterns, our old ways of coping. I have another story. This goes back to the boyfriend. I met this guy after I was divorced. He was a great guy. Now, he was emotionally intelligent. And this person, he and I never argued. We dated for a long time. We never had any arguments. We had disagreements, but we were able to talk it out. He showed me how to use words and tell him how I felt to create a synergy between us. But there was this one time. I don't know where we're going. I don't remember what the argument was. It wasn't really an argument. It was a disagreement. It was somewhere near our downtown where we live. And he and I had a disagreement about like either where we're going or how we're going to get there or what we're doing after. I don't know. I got upset. I got in my car and I sped away. And he drove behind me when we got back home or wherever we were going. He was like, don't do that, please. He was like, don't drive away like that when you're upset because I care about you. If you have a problem, if there's something going on, you need to tell me how you feel. I said, tell you how I feel? Are you kidding me? I had never had this experience with somebody who was concerned with how I felt. I told him how I felt, and he was like, I want you to be safe. I care about you. Your feelings matter to me. During the pandemic, I was in a Facebook group. You know, we were all online. We were in Facebook groups. We were watching DJ, I think his name was Nice, on Instagram. We were doing all the things to stay connected. In this Facebook group, there was a leader who said, hey, does anybody want a virtual pal to connect with? I was like, yeah, sure. Maybe about a month later, she matched different people up. She matched me up with a woman who was in a different state, a different area, but had some similar connections as me, similar background, similar desire, similar aspiration, all these similarities. We met and we would talk. We talked for at least a year. It was a great connection. She was a therapist slash counselor. We're going to just say therapist. She told me about the feelings wheel. I had seen and heard the feelings wheel, but I never really thought about it until she explained how she used the feelings wheel with her clients. They could tap into their feelings. The feelings wheel has 3 levels. There is a primary or in the inner circle level. Those are the feelings that we usually say all the time. They're kind of like basic. I'm happy, I'm sad, I'm mad, like that. Then we have the secondary feelings, which are a little bit more powerful. And this is usually how we feel, but we don't have the words to explain or express them to people. And then there is the outer layer, which is the deepest layer that gives the words that we really need. That's why when I was listing those words to the insurance representative and she took action, it's because I didn't just say, I'm overwhelmed. I went deeper. Or I didn't just say, I'm frustrated. I went deeper. I explained what was going on and how I felt, and she took action. On this third level, instead of saying like stat, maybe your level of feelings are isolated or victimized. I felt victimized because I didn't feel like they were thinking about me. I was feeling isolated because they were over there. They did not want to treat me or come over to the kiosk and help me sign up for an appointment. I was feeling isolated. Have you ever used the feelings wheel before? I would love for you to tell me in the comments. And if you have, has it made difference or change or created action for you like it did for me when I was sick? When we tap into our feelings, when we use a tool like this, we are able to regain our power. The feelings wheel is a great tool to use. It creates momentum. This movement will get us to the place that we need to go. It helps us to make changes in our lives and other people's as well. If you haven't used the feelings wheel, I say to use it. When I'm working with my clients, my one-on-one and group clients, and we tap into the feelings wheel and I ask how you're feeling, that's when you really tap in to the action that you need to take in order to make change. And maybe the action is to sleep. Maybe the action is to eat. Maybe the action is to move. Maybe the action is to create a boundary. Maybe the action is to tell somebody, no. Tapping into your feelings will change your life. Here's the thing. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I'm a Gen X person. We were feral children. I didn't make that up. I heard that on TikTok. We are feral children. We drank from the water hose. We had to play outside. There were no snacks. We got home from school. We couldn't go inside until it was dinner. It was lunch, and then there was dinner. You played and you played. You went and took a bath, and then you went to bed. If our parents were upset with us and we were crying, they told us to stop crying, or they asked us, "What you crying for?" We were not allowed to have the feelings that we felt inside. Therefore, we didn't have the words to express it. Being emotional was weak. Crying was weak. Any show of vulnerability was a sign of weakness. You have to think about it, especially as African American children, our ancestors were enslaved people. If you show weakness, you were punished. You were isolated from your other people. You maybe were taken from your family. Our parents were raised by parents who were raised by parents who probably were enslaved. I'm like 3 generations from enslaved people, not that far. Our parents wanted to make sure that we were safe and didn't show this vulnerability to be hurt by somebody who would have power over us. This is a relearning. I had to go back to heal my inner Dawn, to go way back to see how did she feel when she was getting her hair combed. There was a kink and I got hit in the head because I said, ow. You weren't allowed to feel that. Now, if somebody asks you, how are you doing today? How are you feeling? I want you to go past that primary level, that secondary level, go to the third level, tertiary. I think that's what it is. The third level, the outer ring. Maybe you're feeling rushed, unseen, excluded, exposed, numb, skeptical, embarrassed, hesitant, empty, fragile, confident, valued, courageous, eager, perplexed, hopeful. Use those words, and I guarantee you're going to get the attention, the action, and the accommodations that you need just because you used the words to tell how you feel. Whew, I hope this was helpful. Now, I have 3 resources that I suggest for you as you're on your healing journey of this emotional intelligence and tapping into happiness, wholeness, and freedom. 1, go to the Feelings Wheel. Yes, thefeelingswheel.com. It's linked below. Learn how to use these feelings, like really read it, study it. Use these feelings to express yourself when somebody's asking you how you feel, or maybe they haven't asked you, but you're being pushed up against a wall and you need to explain how you really feel so it can change. Next, I have a list of books in my Amazon store all about growth mindset and healing. We got to do this work, and sometimes it starts with reading books. There's a list that's linked below in the comments as well. And third, I have another video for you. If you haven't watched it, it is how to reframe negative thoughts in 3 simple steps. Plus, I have a podcast, so you can go back and listen to some of the episodes that I've recorded there too. I hope this is helpful. And remember to do these few things. Can you subscribe to my channel and comment below? I would love for us to interact so I can get to know you. Then like this and share it with other people. May you be happy. May you be whole. May you be free.